Hey guys, JT here. So today, basically what we're going to be doing, we are going to be doing a bit of an experiment involving wheelie bins. Now, I haven't really looked into this very much, but basically we are going to be doing sort of like a weather test on a series of bin models, and we're going to see what one does not have the most water that gets inside of them, because who likes a bin where water leaks into them somehow from either evaporation or overnight dew or quite literally just rain getting in somehow. So we are going to get a couple bin models which I will showcase in a second, and basically we're going to do a rain test on them. We're going to start off, we're going to just do a test. We're going to get the hose and we're basically going to sprinkle water as if it was raining in a heavy mode of rain, and let it sit for a bit and come back and see what it's like. So this is going to be quite interesting, what bin model holds up the best in rain and what's rainproof or not. So ultimately, yeah, let's get straight into it and let's show the contestants for this competition. And what I'll be doing, I'll be throwing in a botched bin with a crack, put in the lid deliberately to see how much water can still feed through a little crack in a standard Sulo. Let's see how this goes. Please note, if they were already wet inside, they were dried out extensively before the test. Was quite a fun challenge, wasn't it? You guys sitting there watching in your warm, cozy spot wherever you're watching, and me doing the water test, getting a bit wet in the process, but what can you do? It's water, you know what I'm saying? So we basically, in the end, we had the Sulo 2 here, 240 litre standard, the SSI Schaefer 240, the Nilex 240, the Sulo standard 120, the Sulo standard 240, the Otto BFI 240, and another standard Sulo 240, but that one, as I said before, that one in the end with the little piercing on the lid, just to see what can get through a little crack. So ultimately, now let's go have a look at what has shown after the water test. Now I just want to say basically what happened. I was leaving a solid spray of a rain-like mode water on top of the bins and a little bit around, as you would have seen the shaking every now and then, for a solid 30 seconds every time. I did that on the top and rim of each bin. Also did a little bit of the front side as well. Also following with a circular disc motion back and forward 2 times on the lids again after I did that, just for 2 laps. And yeah, so basically it's been a little bit, we've let them sit for a little while, so now let's get to them. Let's see what has resolved, and you can clearly see by this little 45-50 second spray per bin, we could see what happens to them and what happens to the inside, but also know that this is only 45 to 50 seconds of a spray. So it won't show the same result as if you're putting your bin out the night before bin day and leaving it sit overnight for 12 hours until the side loader came and collected it the following day. So anyway, let's get to the contents and let's see what really happened here. Starting with the Sulo 2. So not really much other than the little bit of spray that just came off the rim of the lid there, just went in a little bit. So as we could see, there's not really that much to show. Other than a little bit in the in the centre, only a couple drops, and it looks like a little bit around the rim. But other than that, no, that doesn't look too bad. A bit of evaporation you can see on the side wall where the wheels are. You can sort of see it seeping through the plastic there. Other than that, not bad. So the Solo 2 is quite versatile against rain. Move on to the SSI Schaefer. Now this one is probably the most heaviest bin that we've got here in this lineup today. The SSI Schaefers are made out of a very stronger plastic, as you can tell by the tone of the Solo 2 over the... You can definitely tell the more hollowness of the plastic material. The SSIs, even with the lid, if you slam a Solo 2 lid down, pretty light. If you slam an SSI lid down, very heavy. So we do have a very heavy material. This could help preventing the raining, but you never know. Let's have a look. Water completing the floor surface of the SSI Schaefer, as you can probably see. Nearly the entire floor is submerged. You can sort of see if I move the bin around a bit. Yeah, so a bit got in, as you can see. Even we could see here, seeping down the walls. We could see nearly every side, and also a bit of condensation. So we can clearly see that the lid is letting in water. We can even see the surface of the lid. If you look closely, it is wet. It is soaked by a bit of condensation effect. So that goes to show that even the heaviest and probably one of the most versatile bins I've got here is still not quite waterproof, which really intrigues me. But anyway, that's the SSI. Now we go to the Nylax. Dry as a bone, not even any water inside. A couple speckles in the middle there, a little bit on the wheel wall back there. Other than that, not really that much noticeable. And this condensation that stained the wall looks like old condensation. It's not current because it's all dry. So basically dry as a bone. And the Solo 120, dry as a bone as well. Couple dot speckles of water, but quite literally. You can see a little bit spray down the wall, but other than that, that's pretty good. The Solo 240, now this does have a bit of waste in the bottom of it, but we can clearly tell that the waste is not wet. It's all dry, so once again, I can't even see any speckles in here. So the 240 is completely held up against water. The BFI Auto combination, let's have a look. Dry as a bone. Would you look at that? The old BFI Auto. And a cool little sticker on it. I thought I'd show you guys as well. The old back when the phone numbers back then were 6 digits with the suburb area code. Cool. Just thought I'd quickly showcase here, but dry as a bone. Not even any condensation on the sides. Impressive for BFI. Now with the modified bin with a botched crack in the centre of it, just here, as we could see. Let's have a look at the inside. Oh yeah, so even a crack like that where you can clearly even see it does leave a bit of room to flow in. It does let a bit of water in, but the whole floor is not covered in it, which I'm actually surprised with compared to the SSI letting a lot of water in. Which surprises you, and yeah, just really the rims, the outer parts of the floor really only wet. It's really surprised me. I could see a bit of condensation. You see here, quite a bit of it, very transparent there. But yeah, no, there you go. Would you look at that? So, if we really had to pick one, the most waterproof would have to be the Solo Standard. Did not let anything in whatsoever. As you can see, nothing at all, not even a speckle of anything. Even with mixed waste already in there, can't even see it wet. So the Solo won this one in terms of waterproof, and that is the average 2017 Solo Standard 240 litre, so that's pretty good. But the one, unfortunately, that I'd have to say that let the most water in and did not hold up to the challenge compared to all the others would be the SSI Schaefer, comparing that how heavy the plastic, so you can even tell by the lid's thickness. That's just crazy, no? A bit of science, I guess. But you can basically see this one let the most water in. It's not very clear on camera, but it is in person. But most of them did pretty good on average. I'd expect a bit to get in, but yeah, the SSI probably did. The one thing that really set it off with the SSI was the condensation. The condensation rate coming through on the inside from the water. So yeah, that definitely would have played a major part in it. But other than that, the old heavy SSI wins again. But I will give a little positive for the SSI. Out of all the logo printings on the front of the bins, even after all these years, you see tattered ones like this. They all share the same age, these group right here. But the SSI one is the largest print and is held up the most and is the most clearest print probably on any of the other bins. All tatty there, all ripping off there, all tatty. And they're all the same age, but the SSI, I will say the front emblem on the front has held up the best. That's one positive about the SSI. But yeah, as you would have seen, two less standard 240 wins. SSI 240 Schaefer does not, and took the most water in. But anyway, each their own, guys. Thought I'd do this anyway, so it's quite a pleasure for me to do this for you guys. So basically, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Tell me what you think of the test. I may do another one where I may do an overnight test to see what really happens in a rainstorm. But essentially, guys, I hope you liked the video. As I said, this was an average going off of the bins being wet from the top of the bins down. I affected it so that it would basically act like the rain mode was coming straight down like it would normally if it would rain. And those were the results as were just shown. So a big thank you for those guys watching. Now you know out of these models what bin lets in the most water and what doesn't. So thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. A big thumbs up and applause for all our contestants here. They did a great job, and we figured out really what was going on in the end. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Tell me more suggestions. I really did like doing this experiment. It was really good. And yeah, so you guys all have a nice one. Take care and stay nice and warm in this very untruthful weather. Take care, guys. See ya. Bye.